Can sickness come from God? Hello, Cornelius.
Hello.
In many cases, we talk about wonders and miracles as something that God is using for people to understand who He is. Can we say the same about the difficulties and the dark times of our lives, like sickness or illness? What would be your perspective on this?
Yeah, the first important point is that when we read the Bible, we can see that illness can have different reasons. Mm-hmm. I said already that illness, diseases are made from us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are consequences of our wrong lifestyle, poison everywhere. Mm-hmm. But it's wrong when we only have this perspective, mm-hmm. because when we read the Bible, we see that some mm-hmm. diseases are coming directly mm-hmm. from God. Mm-hmm. I was on one healing conference and the preacher said, no disease ever comes from God, but that's not right. Mm-hmm. The Bible is standing something different. We have, for example, Miriam, mm-hmm. She was rebellious and she became a disease to learn something. Mm-hmm. And after she had learned something, Moses was praying for her after the week and she was healed, mm-hmm. for example. So, and many people made this experience that they were learning something mm-hmm. during the disease to make changes or to get better priorities in life. Mm-hmm. So diseases can help us to learn something. Mm-hmm. We have the other perspective. Gehazi, one servant of a prophet, he became ill because he was lying and stealing and cheating. Mm-hmm. So he got directly a disease and he was not healed from this. Mm-hmm. We have different perspectives. Many examples that diseases are coming from God, also in the New Testament. Herodes became ill and died because he was taking the honor from God to himself. Ananias and Sapphira, they were cheating the church and Jesus and God and all together and died. So we have many different perspectives. It's only important to realize there is this possibility mm-hmm. that some diseases are coming from God to show us something, mm-hmm. that I learn something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this makes it really difficult to deal with sick people. And especially as I think about the church today, there are many people who are sick in the church. How should the church care for someone who is sick and ill?
Yeah, also, and this point is very important for me. When we take all these different perspectives, and there are much more, mm-hmm. then we see people are in different circumstances, mm-hmm. in different situations. And just take all of them together. We have Miriam, mm-hmm. we have Elijah, we have Gehazi, we have Herodes. Take them all together in the church, mm-hmm. and now a healer is coming and says, Jesus is healing everybody here and now you only must believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hello?
Yeah.
We see clearly that God is going a different way with all of these people. Mm-hmm. And a real preacher from God, he should do exactly what you were talking about. He should realize this is a very difficult topic. Mm-hmm. And I cannot go to everybody only with illusions mm-hmm. or with one truth mm-hmm. and make it to the truth for everything. Because then people are disappointed at the end. And I met hundreds of people in Europe mm-hmm. which are disappointed mm-hmm. because they were prophesying and manifesting healing and it was not happening. Mm-hmm. And that's why I only can encourage all the preachers and those who are interested in this topic to learn about this. Because we must take the situation of everybody for serious, mm-hmm. and we must do what James tells us here in the Bible. He says in James chapter 5, and this is for the churches, mm-hmm. how we should deal. If anyone among you sick, let him call for the elders. And not a guest preacher.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of the elders of the church, and let them pray for him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer of faith will save the sick, and the Lord will raise him up. And if he has committed sin, he will be forgiven. Confess your trespasses to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed. And so on. So we see here not only points we shall do, confess your sin, now I must confess sin, pray. Much more important that we get the real situation. We should talk with each other, that's the point. The elder should take time for the sick, talk with him, find out what is...
There needs to be interaction.
Yeah, what is happening here. Maybe there is a reason why he is ill and he needs a good advice. Sometimes, sometimes it's so easy. One man came to me. He said, I shall pray for him because he has heart problems with the circle of the blood and so on. And when he was sitting in front of me, I saw that he's only in stress. And I asked him about his life. Crazy. He was almost not sleeping, no day free, no time for family, nothing, only traveling, working. And I said to him, hey, what do you want from me? Pray for you and you continue like before. You must stress down. But he was not willing to that. Yeah, what does it help? I met another preacher, really, this is not a joke. He promised everybody on his meeting healing. He himself, really, I'm not lying, and I'm not making jokes about this, but I don't know how to say it. He was so big, I think 160, 180 kilo.
So he was not healthy himself.
He was absolutely big. And then he said, he wants the people to pray for him because he got problems with his fitness. And they were jumping around, and I thought, how crazy is this? Is there nobody able to tell him, hey, you need a diet?
Yeah.
You have to change...
your habits. You need to change something in your life.
You know, people only pray healing. But life is more. And we need more, and the Bible has more. The Bible has good advices to live a life in harmony with God, also with stress. For example, that we have the Sabbath. That we use the night to sleep, that we take the time for the family, that we get the right priorities. We know today that stress is an epidemic in the world. Really an epidemic. There are thousands who are dying in our society every year because of stress. Living too fast, too intensive. Many diseases, accidents are coming because of this. We have advices in the Bible for food, what to eat, what shall we not eat. I had, for example, pain in my fingers, many years, pain when I was working. Then I got the advice not to eat too much meat. And I thought, how crazy is this? What shall I eat when I don't eat meat? Because I was only eating meat. But I tried to change. And when I stopped eating meat too much, pain was gone.
Pain was gone.
Also, the Bible has much more. Paul says once to one man, drink a little bit wine because of your stomach. So it doesn't mean that everybody should drink many liters of wine every day. You know, that's why we need good advices.
No, but thank you. This is bringing us back to the Bible and into the relationship with God and what He desires for us. So thank you so much. This is so great, and I look forward to see you next time again.
Ja.
Thank you.
Dicke Wort.